You can't waste time when you're running shine in the 38 Chevy.
Yep, I got the rebuild kit out.
Take that, Joni Law.
Getting all charged up for this.
This is the gangster lean.
Well, we're on the next great revival. We got Dirt Road Derelicts here on the scene. Brian, what do we got?
Well, we've got what is soon to be your 1938 Chevy Master Deluxe. This thing, we're told, has been sitting since the early 1970s. It sat out on a road local to us, and well, after that guy got sick of it, he passed it on to another guy, who passed it on to another guy, who passed it on to another guy, who passed it on to our friend Cole. And Cole tried to get this thing running. He actually tried with Austin here, BackyardAlaskan, and they said they had this thing barking off some go-go juice, and Cole kind of lost steam with it. He had to clean up his yard, and he made BackyardAlaskan a deal. Cole said that if we drive this thing out Chena Hot Springs Road, which is about 70 miles from here, all the way out there, it's Austin's.
Sounds like a good time to me. How about you?
Oh yeah, I'm down.
Yep. Yeah, Cole and I just, we messed around with this one day. He actually had the head off of the motor and he freed it up. It was pretty seized. And he got it freed up, and then I gave him a hand putting it back together. And yeah, I mean, I've been into these things before. It's basically the same stove bolt Chevy that's in my World War II trucks.
This is a 216, right?
Yeah, it should be a 216. Came before the 235. So I'm a little bit acquainted with these. So it was kind of fun putting it back together. And then Cole and I actually had it pretty close to running. It was awful close. So I don't think it'll be too bad to get going. We kind of roasted the starter out of it because we put 12 volts on a 6-volt starter for
way of the road, buddy.
Way too long, but you know, that's a sacrifice you got to make when you're reviving something that's been sitting since the early 70s. So, you know, just a grand old time.
Oh yeah, I mean, just about everything else on this car, she's showroom mint. Like,
why don't you show off this car for us?
You know, well, starting right here, driver's side door, she doesn't latch, but
that's a mere detail.
Well, this was a stock option on the 1938 Chevy. This was the easy access driver's side door. You just grab it.
Just grab it.
And try not to fall out when you're driving. That's all there is to it.
Would you care to mention this fine luxury going on in here?
Well, you just, you know, plant your butt right on the wood there and, you know,
yeah,
riding the bench, basically.
It's even got, you know, optional AC. All you got to do is break the window out and you got that rare option AC.
Yeah, you know, start going with your fist on that driver's side pane of glass and you can have AC in no time. You got the cowl vent, but I mean, who wants to take all the time for that, you know?
Yeah, I mean, that involves reaching under the dash somewhere and pulling a lever. I mean,
who even? No.
That's a waste of time.
Yeah, just knock out that driver's side door.
How are you supposed to escape the cops when you're running moonshine in the middle of the night?
Yeah, you got to go with the most expedited process for such things. You can't waste time when you're running shine in the 38 Chevy. You've got, of course, the suicide door because, well, we're not some derelict hobos or anything. I mean, suicide doors, you gotta have it, especially when you're running shine. You know, you hop up here, Tommy gun, you gotta do the whole thing. If you want to know all about suicide doors, check out my video on this thing. Austin gave a great demo. Oh, he didn't shut it all the way.
Do you know how to operate a suicide door, sir?
Not even. You gotta get hard on these things. It's not like a bump side.
Yep.
Coming around, I mean, just great patina. You gotta love a, what, 80-year-old car?
Right.
This thing has been sitting for so long.
You know, for a pre-war car that's been sitting this long and, you know, is up in this state, I'd say she's in pretty good shape.
Especially considering you never find pre-war cars in the Fairbanks area.
Yeah.
Most of them were actually crushed during the war effort, so we don't have a lot of pre-war cars around here. You just you never see them. So I actually misspoke. In my video, I said that this was hit by a tree. This was actually hit by a front end loader. So this car sat out from the early 1970s until the 1990s, I think. And I guess the guy was plowing snow in his driveway with a big old front end loader, and he absolutely shellacked the back of this old girl. So, yeah.
Kind of unfortunate, but...
Just like Austin said, you know, good old G506 PTO winch will have her looking brand new.
Yeah, a little bit of body work. She'll be good.
Oh, yeah. Stock Chevrolet emblem right there, you know.
Look at that.
Whatever that wire's doing, hanging all around there.
She's good.
The chrome is still shiny as the day she left the factory. This is the easy access trunk latch. You just, you know.
Yeah.
It's like the latch isn't even there, you know. Couple spare headlights, you know. Extra license plate from 1994. That's good.
And Cole over at Just a Car Addict, find him on YouTube. He was even kind enough to donate a carburetor rebuild kit, so we can even do, you know, a quality operation here instead of a, you know, marginal one.
Well, we're still going to be marginal, but, you know.
Are we going to be marginal with our non-latching trunk and our non-latching door?
Well, when our marginal operation fails, we have a carburetor kit so we can do it right.
That is true.
Easy access fuel fill.
I mean, why even have a cap that gets in your way? Just pull up to the gas station, start filling.
When you're running the shine and you pull up to the gas station, ain't nobody got time for twisting the gas cap out. You just put the nozzle in there and go to town.
That's right.
So we got a couple options over here. The half deleted running board. So unfortunately with this model, you'll only be hanging out the driver's side with your Tommy gun. But that's fortunate because this suicide door doesn't open.
So it's like a safety feature on this side.
Yeah, she's a half safety, you know? Only the driver's side, only on that side can you fall out with the Tommy gun.
Yep.
And passenger side door opens though.
Look at that.
Oh yeah, like she's brand new.
It's a total uptown unit though.
Oh yeah.
I mean, look
all
at
the
this.
asbestos and whatnot. You see all the rope details on the seat? Like, look at that.
Yeah, I mean, this is back when craftsmanship was put into automobiles.
Right, somebody put time into this thing.
This isn't your total soccer mom Kia that just, you know, runs around town and, you know, tailgates people for no reason.
Are you kidding me? I could have sworn I saw 4 of these yesterday. You know?
Are you really?
All the soccer kids in the back seat and everything. Man.
Just going on a, you know, road trip to the next game, right?
It must have been. Yeah. Huh. You learn something new every day.
Yeah, apparently.
The old 216 was round about the same on this side.
Yeah.
Except for that cooked starter that you guys really...
You know, I wouldn't, you know... We don't talk about that.
Oh, you're not proud of that?
I'm not proud of that. However, it does still turn the motor over.
It does.
But
you guys want to hear it?
I think they want to hear it.
All right, we'll hook up the battery and you guys can hear it because it might also need the flywheel fixed because that's pretty grody.
Care to demonstrate what the starter does?
Sure. Try not to release the sparks here.
Yeah, there's many things that can...
Yeah.
I'd say it acts like it just came from the parts store.
Oh, it's brand new.
Yeah.
Like I said, this thing is showroom fresh. Like, everything we touch, it's like brand new, so...
Yeah.
A little bit of spit shine on the old starter and she'll be good.
Yep. Well, I did bring this one. Maybe we can build one out of 2 or do something.
Hopefully, yeah.
Yeah.
It'll work out.
Well, where shall we start?
Well, I think the starting thing and the engine running thing.
Yep.
And then probably next would be the seized up transmission.
Yeah. Luckily, she's in neutral, so that's why we can move it around. But
It doesn't go into any gears though.
Yeah.
That thing is she's a little stuck. So
Yeah.
luckily we have ourselves here and a transmission unsticking expert. So
I've got a couple under my belt, so hopefully I can work that magic here. But we shall see. I guess we'll get the starter off, we'll start dealing with whatever, and we'll check in as we go. Well, the starter has been removed. Yep. We're all being productive so early in the morning.
We'll show that Lambert's guy what's what.
Yep. Well, it would appear that the gear on the starter is not all chewed up like I thought.
Oop.
So, you know, it's not that bad.
How's that? Oh, the Bendix action isn't even that bad.
Right? I'll have to grab one of my lights and look at the flywheel. Oh, this guy's got a light. He's prepared.
Looks like this is a shop. I mean, they're a little bit rounded, but like that's not...
That just gives you faster engagement so you can, you know, run the shine quicker.
Huh. That's almost like brand new.
So I guess I'll just tear this one down and see what it looks like.
Shoot. Yeah.
Yeah. See what happens. Are you making progress in here?
A little bit, yeah. Pulling the floor pan out to have a gander at the old transmission there because it's stuck in neutral. Got two of the bolts out, and I might have to use lethal force on the other two.
Uh-oh.
But
yeah, it's kind of funny about this old stuff, especially GM. They like to use a lot of flathead screws.
Yep.
So,
which is fine when they're in nice shape, but
yeah,
these are not.
They like to fight. Well, I got the starter off, and we're doing a little comparison here. Here's the one that came out of the car. She's real happy.
Things shaking like an unbalanced tire.
Almost like it does what it's supposed to.
I know. Just whack.
Yeah.
What's going on inside here?
Probably too much 12 volts.
It looks pretty decent, actually.
Yeah.
Huh. You guys really did a number on this thing.
Yep. She may be retired.
Rest in peace, little buddy.
A parts unit only.
How come this one has a little oiling fitting and that one doesn't? Did you guys oil it?
I oiled that thing quite violently.
Oh, you actually oiled it?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
I mean,
that's a first.
I wanted it to work after, you know,
taking
50
care of
years.
Things.
And it worked. It worked for a good long while until it didn't.
See, that's usually how they are. They work right up until they don't.
Yeah. I guess I shall explore the internals here. Or I could just try and bolt this one in and see what it does. Because, you know.
Hose her down with a little bit of brake clean in there. Make sure everything's nice and shiny. And then I say just send her.
Yeah. How goes it in your department over here?
Got the old transmission tunnel cover off. Got all 4 bolts out, actually.
Look at that.
A little bit of heat and, you know, all 4 of my brain cells together. We got her done.
Nice.
So just got to pop the top off the transmission. We'll see what's going on in there. Do a lot of cursing when it's really rusty. And then do a lot of wire wheeling all night.
Yep. Add a little bit of diesel fuel in there and she ought to come right around.
I got 5 gallons of heating oil right in the shop.
This guy's prepared.
I know.
What a cute little thing, though.
It's tiny. Put your hand up there for scale. The thing is...
Yeah.
It's a pint-sized little guy.
Yeah.
It's fun-sized.
You think people would be doing this with a electric car in 50 years?
Boy, ain't no Tesla gonna... Man, I don't even know how you'd bring a Tesla transmission back around.
Yeah.
Do they have transmissions?
I don't know. I think you just throw batteries at them and they do something.
I don't want to know.
Yeah. I think this car is much more worthy of a revival after 50 years.
This is pure American class.
Pure American steel.
We'll get her
Even if it's ripped up steel, it's good steel.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
We'll get her brought right back around.
Can you believe the starter's already going in it? Like, things are just moving along here.
Oh, we're getting her there. We got a schedule to keep.
Yep. What's going on here?
Well, I got one of the little bolts off the little clutch cover and bent the cover. And thing looks mint.
It's like new.
Does it do the things? Oh, it even works.
Wow. You mean to tell me we're getting spoiled right now?
We're getting spoiled. Clutch works. You know, if we play our cards right, the transmission might actually stay right there.
That'd be really nice.
Kind of, yeah. Seems as how we're supposed to be going 140 miles tomorrow.
Yep.
We'll figure it out.
We will. I'm tired of this, Grandpa.
That's too damn bad.
Hey, Mr. Assistant. Look what I got going here. That's better.
We're bringing her right around.
Oh yeah. She's good and happy.
The good news is the input shaft of the transmission spins.
That's good.
Yeah. Nothing else does, but...
Well, I mean, that's a start. You got to start somewhere.
The rest of it's not necessary.
Yeah. Oh yeah, fun fact. When Cole and I were getting this thing running, or attempting to, we kind of found out the oil pan has a hole in it, and we lost all the oil.
Yeah, and we totally forgot about that.
Yeah, we did. You're going to want to crank your motor over with no oil in it, but it's a stove bolt. It's fine.
They don't even need it, you know.
Yeah.
We could drive all the way out there with this thing with no oil in it, and we just drive until it heat seizes.
Yeah.
Let her cool down.
She'll fire back up.
She'll fire back up, drive another mile, and then, you know, just do that the whole way out there.
Yeah. So I guess now that I've got the starter figured out, and that works, I'm going to crawl underneath and try and completely restore our oil pan.
Mint.
And
this guy's an expert with JB Weld and oil pans.
Yeah, you know, engine block and a tube, it works every time.
Hey, well, it pushed out the other side, not that side, so
yeah.
JB Weld worked.
Are you rebuilding the transmission there?
I am rebuilding the transmission. It's gonna hold like a half a quart of diesel.
Yeah, so you won't even be wasting that much when it all leaks out the old ancient seals.
It's not all hitting the... Yeah, it's even holding it.
Nice.
Or at least it seems like it is.
How's that transmission work going up there?
Slow.
Slow?
Slow.
Well, I have found our oil pan damage. Couple little pinholes, nothing much. Get this nice and cleaned up with emery cloth, and I think we'll be good.
Yep, I got the rebuild kit out.
Yep.
Your car catches on fire pretty good.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Nice.
We'll get out the hot dogs in a little bit.
Yep. Want to give us a little update here?
Well, you see, you're gonna want to hop into a project and not even realize that it doesn't have a generator on it.
Yeah. And
you know, this minty little Y block here is donating its generator. Hopefully it fits on there. We don't need it to charge, we just need it to tension the belt.
Yeah.
So
it's only half needed.
we need a space holder. Not only are we professional vehicle revivalers, but we're also top-notch machinists.
Look at that.
Look at that custom milled fit.
You don't want it to have any slop in it.
And you see, we're putting the old Ford generator on this Chevy, And you know, she's definitely gonna make it now.
Well, now that the generator's kind of figured out, and we just need to get a belt for that, and so on and so forth, we've kind of come up with the conclusion to just pull the transmission and deal with it. Things are kind of starting to free up in here a little bit. Got the car jacked up, and we're turning the output with the wheels, and it's spinning, input spins, but these slider gears do not want to move. And
I grabbed my 1938 Chevy toolkit.
oh, nice. So anyways, we're gonna pull that, deal with it out of the car. We're messing with an enclosed drive line. GM liked to use that, and then they finally ditched it in, I think, 1955 when
I have no idea.
when the V8 came out. I think that's when they got rid of it and went to open. But just got to undo that coupler, a few bolts. It's fairly easy to get out of here, and then we can more than likely get it freed up.
Oh yeah, I mean that transmission is so small. I mean we could play toss with it.
Yeah, I mean,
yard, like,
it's tiny.
yeah, that's gonna be nothing to pull out of there.
Yeah. So
We're burning daylight.
we're
Get
burning-
back to work.
Oh, this slave driver here. I mean, come on.
Stored. It's like seized.
It doesn't work. You mean to tell me it doesn't work?
All that and it doesn't work.
We've got a man on the ground. Oh, he's throwing stuff.
Alrighty, the bell housing cover needs to come off, so I need a flathead.
Ah, a flathead. How big a one?
Big
one?
A medium.
Does that count as a medium?
Yeah.
All right. You want me to just like move a bunch of stuff around so all the dirt goes in your eyes?
Oh,
or?
yeah. You
Okay.
might as well just go get a 5-gallon bucket of dirt and start just dumping it down here.
All right. Glad I can assist. Let's see. What can I be doing? The handbrake is not attached to the side of the transmission, so that's good.
Oh, man, we don't even have to worry about that.
Yeah, it's not even like a truck. And I was just complaining that it wasn't like a truck.
You were just complaining that it was, or I was complaining that it was.
Oh.
'Cause I have to take this bell housing cover off to get to the other 2 bolts.
Yep.
Hello world, here's what's going on down here. I just pulled the bell housing cover off. It's over there. Magically, all the little flathead screws came out. We've got a pretty mint looking clutch and pressure plate, actually. I was expecting way worse for sitting since the 70s. You never know what's going to go on. So I got to pull this bolt, and then we got to get the drive shaft off. Something to do with the transmission mount, and then this little tiny baby watermelon sliced transmission should pop right out. Right, Austin?
Right. You all trained up with enclosed drive lines now, or?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh, you know, just a skosh.
Just a skosh?
I know more than I ever wanted to know.
Yep. Do you now realize why the industry went away from them?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
We can do both.
We can do both.
No.
You got that pry bar down there, that little... Oh, I see it.
I certainly do. Yeah, get it your own self.
Well, fine. You know, ask nicely, and this guy just, you know... What you're seeing going on here is a whole quality operation of don't do this at all if you care about your stuff.
I'm just gonna lay down here and watch you do that.
Are you?
Yeah.
You gonna take a little nap? You all
Yeah.
tired out?
Oh, yeah.
I see how it is.
Wait for you to just drop this little transmission on top of me.
I don't think it's gonna go anywhere.
Now, hopefully the lower mount's coming out is enough for it to get out of there.
Hey Brian, knock yourself out. Here comes a transmission. This guy down here filming for his own channel.
Yeah, I only care about myself.
Yep. Things are happening. We got the enclosed drive line undone. Now we're just dealing with the rest of the transmission mount. Fun fact about these, when you undo them, because they don't separate back there, the whole axle just pivots right above the leaf springs. Isn't that right, sir?
Sure is.
Yep.
Reckon you can make do with that?
I think so. All these GM engineers and their safety features, a cotter pinning and this and that. It's like they didn't want their transmission mount to fall apart or something.
I'd almost rather the whole transmission just falls out every 150,000 miles.
Well, it just tells you it wants a service when it falls out. So
when the transmission starts falling out, it's time to change out the gear oil.
Yeah.
Tighten up the bolts and you'll be good to go.
Yep. Well, we got the transmission out.
What do you? I didn't. Where did it go?
Where did it go?
Austin, where's our transmission?
It grew legs and walked away.
Darn. All the way over to the bench and then it just fell to pieces.
Yep.
How did your JB weld patch go on the oil pan?
JB weld has been applied to the oil pan. It's just down there setting up and getting real happy.
So hopefully tomorrow morning we'll be starting her.
Yeah. I've been doing little things like the thermostat housings on and stuff like that. Probably get our belt before the rad goes in. Make that easy to put on.
Look at this highfalutin guy with his right stuff.
Well, it's the right stuff.
Must be. Want to have a look at your transmission?
Let's have a
You want to
peek.
see what I did to it?
Yeah. Did you break it?
I haven't broken anything yet.
Well,
believe it or
that's
not,
good.
But yeah, the little baby 3-speed slowly coming apart.
Look at that.
She's goopy.
What are you finding in there so far? Just a lot of grime and bearing
like
material and
silt. Over here, these rags, they set them out because they're yellow.
that's good.
Yeah, you know. But it's a 1938 transmission. You don't even need all the brass parts and whatnot. That's all superficial.
The fact that it's coming apart, I'm good enough with that.
Oh yeah, and I mean, things are spinning.
She's gonna
Things are
propel
coming
the
back
car
around.
then.
Hopefully I can get everything out and clean out the bottom real good because, like I said, the bottom of this thing is chock full of goop. Just
Oh yeah.
like mud. So,
Nice.
you know, only the finest. You wouldn't think such a little transmission would be such an issue.
Right?
Little slide rails are neat. They have a little detent ball on them, and then the spring is in the case here. So when you're shifting between the gears, it skips on the ball to like neutral, third, fourth.
It's pretty cool.
Whatever. Yeah. This doesn't have a fourth gear, but you know, Austin will find one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Funky little enclosed drive shaft U-joint nonsense. Just chock that full of grease. She'll be good. Hopefully by tonight I'll have this thing thrown back together and we'll be ready to throw her back in the morning.
Nice.
Or tonight. I don't know.
See how far we get.
Yeah, we'll just see how the day goes. Oh, well, I had a bit of time last night, so, you know, things went ahead and happened, and there's a transmission back in there now.
Look at that.
I finished cleaning that thing up and cleaning it out, and then I started slapping her back together. I got it muscled back in there, so the input shaft does the spin, the output shaft does the spin, and by my count, we have 3 forward gears and 1 reverse gear again. So we still have to finish up the bolts for all the mounts and whatnot, but I think that gave us a solid head start for this morning.
Yeah.
And if we head into my little workbench here, let's have a look at what was in that transmission. So this is all just straight water because the bottom of that transmission was full of silt. And I was just like basically blasting it with this little garden sprayer to get all that stuff out.
That's what you want in your transmission.
Oh yeah, that's high lubrication silt right there.
Yep.
Good for the bearings and whatnot. Yeah, thing was jam-packed full of silt. I don't even know how it got in there other than like, I don't know, maybe this thing sat through that, the Fairbanks flood in 1967. But,
Yeah, it's probably very likely that it did. Based upon the oil pan rust and, you know.
yeah, it would have had to have been downtown.
Yeah.
But it could have been anywhere in 1967. That was 56 years ago, I think.
Right.
So, anyhow, we got a solid head start for this morning. What's your plan?
My plan? Oh, I guess we'll team up and get everything finished up here, and then we'll move on to the motor, get that squared away, a cooling system rigged up. Then yesterday, if you would look at this fine gem, I tore the carburetor apart, and it kind of needs a lot more help than what we're capable of right now. And the kit that we have is wrong. So I believe you have a carburetor we can
Do have
use.
a carburetor. Now, much in a similar fashion as the generator coming off of a Ford,
Mm-hmm.
I have an absolute gem of a Holley 1904 glass bowl off of a 50s Ford inline 6. And magically, it bolts on there, and all we have to do is jerry rig the throttle, make the fuel inlet work, and I think we should be in business.
Ford parts are just going to make this thing live again.
Oh, yeah. This thing's still rocking the original Ford tag.
Look at that. This guy, I mean, he's hoarding all the good parts. Everything you need.
It's every Ford part you need to make your 1938 Chevy run.
Yep. This goes right at home, like it was made for it.
Yep, the fuel line just kind of runs into the valve cover, but I think we were going to run rubber fuel line anyways.
Yeah.
And the throttle linkage goes right behind the intake, just like it was supposed to.
Yep.
So, good stuff.
Seems meant to be, so.
Oh, yeah. It'll be good enough to get us into trouble.
Yep. Anyways, enough talking. Time to work.
Yeah.
Daylight's a-wasting. You're going to want to go buy a brand new belt and then have it be the wrong length. So what did we do, sir?
Well, you know, a little trick I seen that my great-grandpa did one time. You just cut the belt to the length you need, splice it together with some wire, you know.
Yep.
This is 1938 Chevy approved.
Perfect. I've seen them put together with nails before, too.
That's greasy.
Yeah.
This one turned out better than I thought it would, so I'm sure she'll hold up good.
I have faith. Now we can get that together.
Finally.
Finally.
You want to update them on everything else that happened while you were out dealing with every parts store monkey and...
Well, you did all the work. I think you need to. We got a transmission ready to go, right?
Yep. Well, it should be, theoretically. It's about as good to go as it's going to get.
What's the warranty on that rebuild?
The 5-foot warranty?
The 5 foot?
Yeah.
Okay.
I only guarantee it for 5 feet.
Works for me.
Yeah. I'm going to push it that 5 feet because I can't even guarantee it's going to do anything.
Oh, okay.
No. Yeah, that's a really weird little transmission, but hopefully it works. I got the enclosed drive shaft put back together, the parking brake and all that, whatnot. I felt like just we're doing some wrenching.
Cool.
I topped off the rear gear oil, spun both wheels. They both sound good. Driver's side front wheel sounded good. The passenger side front had sloppy bearings, so I took them off and schmoozed some grease in there. The brake shoes on that front are like brand new.
Nice.
This thing is, you know, she's coming right around.
Perfect. This is why glass bowls are nice, right?
Yeah, you just sit there and watch them. I'm gonna wire the choke open.
Ah.
Hopefully we don't need it. Like all of the degrees out there. So.
We're gonna attempt a test run here before adding more parts and see how we end up.
Hopefully she starts.
Yep.
I was looking at your throttle linkage earlier and I was like, oh darn, the Holley you have to push up on, but the 38 Chevy is just born
Yeah.
for the single barrel Holley.
I don't think I showed them my handiwork here. I mean, that's fastened enough.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We got proper choke control.
Yep.
Just, you know.
I believe we're ready.
I think we're ready to give her a go.
All right.
Action. Action. See if she kerchoodles a little better.
Kerchoodles? That's a new one. She's not kerchoodling.
If it doesn't kerchoodle, how's it gonna skedaddle?
Good question.
Junk.
Junk. Sell it. Get rid of it. Scrap it. Put an LS
Can we put a Ford starter in it?
A lot of beer, I'm sure we could.
Junk. Well, we could see if the battery's bombed.
Yeah.
Let's get little John. This is little Johnny, the vintage John Deere battery charger.
Red eye.
Yep.
I think I remember why I quit using it.
I was gonna say, it sounds like the G506.
We're getting there.
I want to.
What do you got going on there?
Well, you know, we were just trying to start this thing, and I was noticing that it wanted a lot of gas. And then you stopped cranking, and I went, oh, this vacuum port's open. So I grabbed a stick and whittled her down and threw her on there. We're using all the old Pioneer repair tips here.
Yep.
You know, scabbed back together belt, stick for an intake plug. I mean, soak that in some oil. That'll last 80 years. That'll be on here the next time somebody's trying to revive this thing.
Instead of hot potato, it's hot coil.
What happened to my donut break?
Oh no.
It is just like a G506.
Close.
Keep going. You got them on backwards. The positives on the negatives. Come on.
Does she need more potent fluid, like starting fluid at the same time?
I think I might be flooding it. Yeah, let's give her another round, and I won't put any in. We'll see what it does. Yeah, I think it was a little bit flooded. This battery will supply you with 10 to 15 foot-pounds of torque.
Whoa.
That's more than this engine made stock.
Horsepower. Torque. Shine, Ranger.
Would you like a battery post tool?
Oh, yep. Done. Yep. Everything hooked up.
Coil's giving her?
Coil's giving her.
Yep. Alrighty, well, since this thing tickled off for a solid 2.5 seconds, we know it's daily driver quality. This engine's as healthy as a horse. So we wired up a proper ignition system. Now, Austin, what we've got here is your typical 2-position rocker switch, straight out of my random electrical junk. On, off.
Very nice.
Do you need it one more time?
Can you show me that one more time?
One more time?
One more time.
You don't quite have it yet?
No, I don't. I gotta watch.
That's all right.
closer.
It's a complicated process.
I gotta watch closer here.
On,
On.
off.
Okay. Okay.
You got it?
So that's off. That's off.
You're getting there. You're getting there. Halfway there.
Halfway there.
You just gotta flip them.
Okay. Okay. So off. On. Well, we didn't quite get the motor going completely, but we improved the cosmetics.
Oh yeah. As soon as we get the hood on this thing, you won't even recognize it.
You know, for a couple of days, we sure did a lot of work on this thing.
Not even really complete days.
Yeah, just, you know, what we did.
Really, and I mean, most of this is just junk that we both had kicking around. So
Yeah,
shoot, I don't think you're invested more than $200 into this. Like,
not really.
yeah. Well, when we go to take it out on our road trip here, we'll find out if your oil pan patch works.
Yeah,
It's got 2 weeks for us to figure it out.
yep. That'll give it enough time to cure up and then fully, you know, make a new oil pan.
Oh yeah.
Yep. I'd still call it a win.
Oh, it's a win. It was a great time.
It's
I
a
mean,
pre-war car, and we're bringing it back to life slowly but surely.
Yeah, pre-war car. It's been sitting since the 70s. The transmission was full of dirt.
Yeah,
You know, miraculously, the rear end actually still had some gear oil in it.
Yeah.
That blew me away, but, well, we made a lot of headway.
we did.
As soon as we can get it running reliably and we can trust it, and we have a starter that really zings this thing over.
Yeah.
Part of the issue is neither Austin nor I want to head out with a starter that can't hardly spin this thing over, because if it dies, or every time it dies, we'd end up needing a pull start, which just not very wise. So,
Great times.
oh, good times as always, yeah.
Yeah.
We'll get her there.
We'll get her there. We did hear it run a little bit.
We did. We had it barking off a bit. It just wouldn't keep itself running, so...
Yeah, I guess until next time when we can really finish this thing up and get it running and driving around the yard here, and then we can take our maiden voyage.
Oh, yeah. It's going to be a journey.
Yeah. We'll call it a grand old episode here. And be sure to go check out Bryan's channel. He's got all kinds of footage of the work he did and stuff that I didn't get to cover him doing. So, yeah, go give him a subscription and a bunch of likes and comments so you can see more of this grand stuff going on. And, yeah.
All the good old-fashioned shenanigans.
Yep. Till next time, we'll see you guys later.